Welcome to our channel Shaha Computer Education Center. I am Manoj Shaha and today I will be explaining you how to create a fully automated tax invoice. Rather, I can say at the end of this series you will see that it became an Excel based accounting software. So this is the third part of this series, and if you have not watched the previous videos of this series, I request you to watch them first and then watch this video. Then it will be easier for you to understand. The links of all the previous videos is given below in the description box. And if you are new to our channel or not yet subscribed our channel, I request you to subscribe our channel and press the bell button to get regular updates of future useful videos on day-to-day applications. If you like our video, please hit the like button and leave a comment what you think and how you want this application to be. Your suggestions are most welcome. So let's see what you will learn today. So today in this video, we will learn to create these buttons: Save to Sales Data, Save Invoice as PDF, Print Preview Invoice and Print Invoice. So all these four buttons are created with VBA. First, Save to Sales Data. How does it work? So I have to first create a sales data sheet. Here you can see already a data that is on 2nd January, invoice number 1, Borlisha purchased these items. And I have entered some new data, that is I have given invoice number 3, date is 3 and party name is Monosha, and there is 3 different items. Now I will click on Save to Sales Data. Now let's go to sales data. We can see here the new data has been entered, that is 3rd January, invoice number 3, Monosha, and these are the items with CGST, SGST and also the discounts. And these data will also help to account our inventory. So you can maintain your stock also with this data. So now we will see what does it do. Save invoice as PDF. Click on Save Invoice as PDF. Yes, save it. Now it's perfectly fine. So in this way you can save the invoice as PDF format, and in Print Preview Invoice you can see the print preview of the invoice. And if you click this print invoice, you will get your invoice printed. So now my printer is not ready now, so it is not printing. I'm pressing cancel. So you will learn these things today. So let's begin this tutorial. File that we have created in second part of this series. So now we have to create 4 buttons. So by holding the control key, press this button and drag it to the down to copy this button. Then again doing the same ways. So we have done creating these 4 buttons. Now we will remove this macro from here. So right click, assign macro, delete the macro and press OK. Then in the same way, right click, assign macro, delete the macro and press OK. Then again, right click, assign macro, delete this macro, OK. The same way, select this one, right click, assign macro, delete, OK. So I have removed all the macros from here. So now I will align them. Press the control and select all the buttons and go to format, aligned as left, and distribute them vertically. So it's now looking fine. And now change the text. So first will be save invoice, save to sales data. Then here save invoice as PDF, and here print preview invoice, and the last one is print invoice. So our buttons are ready. Now we have to create the VBA. So for creating this VBA, you have to understand the basics. First, create a sheet and name it as sales data. Now we will create the column headers. First, I will give here invoice number, then first I will put here invoice date, then invoice number, then party name, then we will go to tax invoice, and this serial number, description of goods, HSN code, quantity, unit, rate, everything that we want. So first is serial number, description of goods, serial number, description of goods, HSN code, quantity, unit, rate, amount, then discount, here percentage, here amount, this will be merged, then taxable value, after that CGST, SGST, IGST. So this will go here and this will go here, rate, amount, then copy them, paste. Now merge them, and this cell will also be merged. And you can wrap the text as you wish. Taxable value will also merged. So now it's looking good. Center them. Now we will put the data from here to sales data. So first you have to allocate the place where you want to from where you want to copy and from where you want to paste. First we want to copy the invoice date, invoice number, party name, but before that it will be, because there will be more in items. So suppose there are 5 items, so date will be same for those 5 items, invoice number will also be same, and party name will also be same. So for that, first we have to copy the sales item data. After that we will put the invoice date, number and party name. So what we will copy? We will copy this data. So first we have to make a name range for this data, and that should be dynamic, because sometimes there will be 2 items and sometimes there will be more than 2 items, maybe 3, 4 or 5 or 10. So for that we have to create a dynamic range. Let's see. First go to formulas, then click on name manager, then click new, type here tax invoice item data, then in refers to we will begin with offset formula, bracket open, here will be double F, offset. Now from which cell we want to create the range? So this is the cell from which we want to start. So click on cell B21, then comma. We will not go down, we will not go right. So 0 row, 0 column. Now, how many rows to select? That should be dynamic. So for that, we will use the formula count, because count counts the numbers only. So here will be the numbers only. So count B. So it is becoming Q, BQ. So we will give here B. Then bracket close, comma, number of columns should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So type here 16, bracket close, OK. Now click here, you can see that it is selected all the items. Now close it and add one more item. Suppose monitor. Now let's see it is selecting the third one or not. Yes, it is selecting all the 3 items. So our dynamic range for this item has been created. So let's start with VBA code. So go to developer tab, then Visual Basic. Here we will insert a module. Insert module. So here type sub save sales data, then and sub. Now first we have to create a variable, that is dim eRow as long, and set this eRow equal to sheets. Our sheet name is sales data, dot sales rows dot count, comma 1, then bracket close, dot end Excel up dot offset 1, 0, bracket close, dot row. So this is our end row on last row or last blank row for sales data. That means if we go to our Excel, then sales data, there is no invoice, there is no data. So it will select this sales data, then it will go to the cell, that is A1. It will count the row because there are 2 rows, then it will come to row number 2 and column number 1. After that there is offset 1, 0. 1 means 1 row down, 0 row to the column. So this will select this row number 3. So we have got our end row. Now we will do coding for copying data from here to sales data. So first we have to copy the item data to the sales data sheet from serial number to the last here. So now we will copy data from this to from column number 4, last row, column number 4. So here we will type sheets, bracket open, tax invoice, that is the name of the sheet. Here will be double quotation, bracket close, dot range, bracket open. Our range is tax invoice item data, tax invoice item data. This is our range to copy. So dot copy, and now we will paste it to sheet sales data. So sheet sheets sales data. So what will be our range where we will paste? We'll paste on sales last row, that is a row will be the last row, so E row comma column number 4, that is on column D, then bracket close, then so here dot paste. So if we give here only dot paste, it will copy and paste same to same, that is it will copy the formulas also, but we don't want the formulas to be copied, we want only the values and formats of the data. So we will give here paste special space paste colon equal to number, sorry, Excel paste values and number formats. So this is the code which will copy the data from tax invoice sheet to the sales data. Let's check it. Sorry, go to Visual Basic, then press here run. Let's see. Yes, all the data has been copied from invoice to the sales data, all the three data. And now we want here to paste the invoice date, number, party name. So for that, this range should be known. So and this range will be dynamic. For that, go to formula, name manager, new, invoice date blank equal to offset bracket open, first cell I will give here 1 A1 comma number of rows to go down. So if let's assume there is already some dates, so we have to go below that date. So we have to select all the datas, count all the datas. So count A bracket open, select this one A to A bracket close, then comma, then we'll go 0 column to the right, comma, then we will select the number of rows that are blank. So this value should be blank. So there are 3, so this will be 3 will be blank. So we have to count this cell. So count count within bracket, select D, bracket close, minus the dates that are already here. So again count count, because the dates are numbers, so you will count, bracket close, comma, 1 column, and bracket close. Okay, let's see, it is taking from here, so we have to subtract 1, plus 1, here we have to put plus 1. Now I think this is okay. So for blank invoice date, so let's see again the invoice date blank. So go to developer. First let's see the invoice date is on M7. So go to Visual Basic, again type here same thing, let's copy this, and here in range we will put M7. M7 will be copied and it will be pasted on, we will not use E row because we don't need E row. Dot range bracket open invoice date blank. So this is the range and rest are same. So let's delete this first. Let's delete these values first, because if we run it will be copied the same. So now we will run. Let's check. Yes, item has been copied, date also copied. Now invoice number and party name. So again go to Visual Basic, copy this and paste 2 times, because one is for invoice number and one is for party name. So our invoice number is on M6 and party name B12, M6 and B12. So party name will be first the invoice number M6 and party name will be B12. And now where it will be pasted? So we have to create same as invoice date blank, we have to create invoice number blank and party name blank. So let's go here again, go to formulas, name manager, we'll select this one, then copy this, copy and click new. We'll do invoice number blank and paste the formula here and press OK. Now I will edit here. So it is invoice date blank. So it is there is no blank now, so it is not showing. Now I have invoice number blank. So invoice number is on, sorry, we have to go here. Invoice number is in column B. So here I have to type column B and then count A. This should be also column B. So B to B, and here there should be same D, and I will minus this number of cells. So here will be B. Okay, now see it's selecting the blank cells only. And now we will create party name blank and paste here again, press OK and edit here. Party name is on C, so C, here also C and C. Now you can see it is selected. So let's delete all these items now. So our name range is invoice number blank and party name blank. So here I will give underscore. Yes. Now we will go to here and our range will be invoice number blank and here it will be party name blank. Now run this code. So let's go. Now you can see here invoice date, invoice number, party name and all the items here. So one thing we will see here that this cell is blinking because last this cell has been copied, so we don't want this to be blinked. So go to Visual Basic and here type application dot cut copy mode equal to false. So this will remove this blinking of cut copy. So now let's check it again. You can see that here is some mistake. This part is perfectly okay. These parts are also okay. This part is making mistake. So let's delete this part and check the blanks. So go to formula, name manager. First check the invoice date blank. Invoice date blank. It is taking perfectly well. Invoice number, it is also taking good. Invoice party name, this is doing some mistake because these two are numbers, so count works with it, and these are text. So I have to take not count, I have to take count A. So here it will be count A, and here I have to add plus 1. Count A, and here I have to add plus 1. Now it's doing well. Let's see. Go to Visual Basic, run it, then go to Excel. Yes, now it's okay. Now let's change the data. Invoice number 2, date 2/1/2020. Party name is Bornali Shah. We delete this item. Here I yes, home theater, iPhone, then keyboard, email, address like this. Discount is 500, 2%. Then okay. Now go to Visual Basic and run it. Then again go to sales data, check it is doing perfectly well. And now it is not taking CGST, SGST, it is taking IGST because the states are different. It is Bihar and it is West Bengal. So this is fine, and I have to now assign the macro to save to sales data. Click here, right click on it and assign macro. Here select this workbook, save sales data. Okay, now check it. Yes, it has been added. So this save to sales data, this button has been created, and we have also created the macro. So our macro is complete. This is very small macro. Now we will do the second part, that is save invoice as PDF. First let's go to Visual Basic, and here I have to insert a module. Insert module. For saving the invoice as PDF, I have already made that code and I don't want to waste time, so I am copying and pasting this, but I will show you, I will explain you how this works. So deem PDF file name as variant, this is the declaration, and PDF file name, what will be the PDF file name? PDF file name will be application.get save as file name. This application get save as file name opens a dialog box, and this dialog box will be initial file name, that is sales invoice number. That means file's name will be sales invoice number, and within quotation I have given tax in sheets tax invoice number, range tax invoice number. So tax invoice number is the cell on which the tax invoice number is saved. So this is the cell range. So I have not created this cell range, so you can create or directly write the cell range. So let's see what is the cell range. You can directly type M6. So here you can type M6, and what is the filter? That means the filter, that means in which format do you want to save the file. We will save the file as PDF, and the title of the dialog box, that that will open will be save as PDF. You can change this title also. And in this dialog box, the name what you gave will be saved on that name. And range, tax invoice range, that means which portion will be saved as PDF. So the portion is tax invoice range that we have already created. Let's see here, formula name manager, tax invoice item data, where is it, print area. So this is the total area that we want to print, or you can use this also print area, because this total invoice is saved as name print area. So you can give it here print name, print area. So type print area and export as file fixed format, that is Excel type PDF. It will be formatted as PDF, and file name will be PDF file name. That means from here it will take, and this is the quality standard, include doc properties. That means you don't include, if you give false, the document properties will not be included on the file. And ignore print area equal to false. That means if we set a print area, then it will ignore it, and if you give true, it will save the total print area. And on open after publish, that means it is true. That means after saving this PDF, the file will open, and if we give here false, the file will save but it will not open. So this is the code, simple code. So go to Excel, then assign this button with this workbook, save as PDF, then select OK. Now let's click here. We got the save as dialog box, and here as we give the title save as PDF, it is showing here save as PDF. And cells, I have given these file names, cell invoice number hyphen, and the range M6, that is the invoice number, that is the value is taken from there 2, and when the invoice will be 3, it will be automatically taken 3, and this file save as type is PDF. Now click on save. When you click on save, it is save, the file is saved and open, because we have given a property that is open after save true, so it is open. But here we can see that there is a problem, that is it has gone out of the page area, so it has made 4 pages. So let's close it, and we have to fix this size of the columns and rows to fix within the range. So first we will fix this one little bit, this one, then also yes, this has been fixed within the print area. And now let's check again, save invoice as PDF, save. Yes, now you can see that it has been saved perfectly as PDF. So our second button also completed. Now our third button, print preview invoice. So how to print preview the invoice? So there will also be a VBA code for that. So first go to Visual Basic, close this one, insert a module, and here we will copy and paste the code for print preview. So this is a simple code. That means here sheets tax invoice range is tax invoice range here, but here our range will be print area. Then this code is complete. Now let's assign the macro with this button. Right click on this button and assign macro, then print preview. Okay, now click on this, then we are getting a print preview of this invoice. Now we will give a code for printing the invoice directly without going file or then print like this way. It will give a direct printout. So for that we also go to Visual Basic. Here I will copy and paste another code. So this is the code. Sheet tax invoice range, this one. So I will change the range area. So this will be the print area, and then printout copy is 1. So and quality is true. If you want that 2 copy printout, 3 copy, you can change here. Then go to here and right click on the print invoice and assign macro, then prints. Okay, then click here. You can see here directly it is getting printed, but as my printer is not ready now, I have switched off my printer. It is not printing, so I'm cancelling this. So all the 4 buttons, save to sales data, save invoice as PDF, print preview invoice, print invoice, all the 4 buttons have been created. So today's tutorial is completed. So thanks for watching the video till the end. If you like this video, please hit the like button and leave a comment if you want any changes in this application. I will surely add those changes to this application on the next episode. And if you have not subscribed our channel, I request you please subscribe our channel. It motivates a lot, and once again thank you. So in the next video you will learn something new. In this invoice, whenever you select an item, suppose here is laptop, monitor, keyboard, hard disk, we are taking UPS. When you click UPS, you see here your stock is 0, so you cannot sell this item. So now here, if you take here RAM, you can see your RAM stock is 10. In this way, you will get a pop-up message whenever you select an item. You will get your closing stock of that item, and this value will come from this stock sheet. Here you have put the items. Here you have put the name of the items, and these are the opening balance of the items. And I have kept it blank for the purchase because I have not worked anything about purchase, so I have kept it blank. And on total sales, how many items you have sold? Personal computer 6, laptop 2. So from where this data comes, I have told you that this data will help you to keep your stock. So from this data, this has been calculated. See here, personal computer, here you have sold 4 and here you have sold 2. That means you sold 6, and here the stock, your total sale is 6. So in this way we calculated all these items total sold from this sales data. And whenever you select the item from here, suppose you select mouse, you got the closing stock of the mouse is 16, so that you can sell that. Your item has a stock and you can sell that item. So in this way your work became more easier. So you will learn these things on the next episode. And moreover, you will see the tax invoice view. What is tax invoice view? Tax invoice view is whenever you select any invoice number, you type here any invoice number, the dates, party name, the item, all will be populated from the sales data sheet. So stay tuned for the next episode.